Thanks, Ross. All right, good morning, everybody. All right, we're excited to have a new week and get back at it this week, and super excited about playing here at home. Night game in the Valley is special, and we get truly get 7 of these days a year, and this is one of them. Finally here, we work all year to have these opportunities, and just a great start to the week yesterday. With our guys, and eyes forward on a really tough App State team. So they're 1-0 coming off a good win. Coach Clark is a guy that I know a little bit. He came down here and visited, several years ago, and had a chance to meet him a little bit then. But good football team. Listen, I think the first thing when you talk about App State is, they're just who they are programmatically, culturally. They've had 3 years in a row. They've had a top 25 win. So this is what they expect to do. That's just woven into the DNA of App State. Doesn't matter where they go. They expect to win. And so that's been instilled on them for a long time. And, definitely have our full attention. But looking at their personnel, offensively, they're a true zone read type of team with a quarterback who creates option principles, because a lot of times you go back to the kind of the beginning of the zone read, with the pulls, a lot of times everybody was looking at old Johnny Manziel, right? You pull it and then you're throwing it off of the pull, and that's what you see a lot of that. So that creates real true option principles. May not be an option, but it's a pull, a run, and a throw. So it really stresses you. You have to really keep your eyes on your work, really be disciplined. And that's an area we definitely have to improve from this past week for sure. But the quarterbacks, he's special. He holds just about every record that you can have up there at App State at quarterback. And they've had a lot of great quarterbacks, so got a lot of respect for him. Threw 30-something touchdowns last year. Got 3 really good receivers that he distributes the ball to, and then this running back is an outstanding player, number 14, very, very good player, great vision, great patience, really understands what they're doing, and got a bunch of guys that have come in there in the offensive line that have been around, and they've been in big programs and things like that. So it's a good football team. And then over on the defensive side, they present some challenges. They were one of the best teams in the country last year in creating turnovers, which is an area that we got to get on track this week. I thought we did take care of the ball well last week. I know we had one pick. That was a great play, but those things will happen. But defensively, we got to go get them. And so that's an area that we got to come out on top this week with these guys. But biggest thing for us again is just cleaning up some of the details, some of the mistakes, and continuing to play with the type of effort, toughness, physicality that we displayed last week, and see if we can find a way to get a W here going into an open date before we get into conference play. So that's our focus. Just getting better this week. Eyes forward, fully on a tough challenge, and then just excited about playing at home. And getting a chance of the whole month of September to be here at home and hopefully, again, grow our team, create some confidence and some rhythm, and one day at a time. But good football team defensively. They're active up front. They move everywhere. They're not as big as the guys we just played, so they're going to be all over the place. So it presents a different challenge. You got to catch a lot of movement. This will be great for us because we'll see some other teams along the way that really do a lot of what they do out of an Okie front. So, guys that they had one kid that's probably one of their best players. He wasn't able to play this past week, so we'll expect him to be back. He's disruptive. Good experience on the back end. Linebackers. It's a good group, and again, a scheme that will force us to be very disciplined on the offensive side as well. With our eyes, with our communication, and then just cleaning up some execution things that we can do a little bit better, and coaching as well. So again, other thing that came from the game the other day was we went into it very healthy, and we're coming out of it healthy. We're in a good spot as a team, and so I'm excited about that aspect of it as well. Any questions?
You said last night that you spent a lot of time trying to rebuild foundational principles. I hadn't really heard you mention that before. I'm just curious if you could.
Yeah, just foundational principles of what this program's built on. You know, effort, belief, physicality, toughness, how you play. How you play. You know, it's not where you play, when you play, who you play, what time you play. It's how you play. And if you play the right way, then you know, good things will happen. And you know, this is a team that's, I think, has a chance to really come together and have a heck of a year. I really love this team, man. I'm having a lot of fun coaching them. I'm having a lot of fun teaching them. It's a close team. It's a close staff. And it's fun. It's fun to come to work. I mean, it's funner when you're coming off a win, that's for sure. But I think the wins are going to come because, you know, you play with the right foundational things. The rest of it will come into play. And so that's what I'm talking about. You know, the attitude, the leadership, just foundational things that we built this program on. And you know, that's the thing I'm probably most encouraged about that I saw in that game the other day.
Do you think that you guys got away from that the last several years? Or just
well, I just think you just not necessarily got away from that. I just think you have a lot of young players. You know, we played the most freshmen in the country last year. You're teaching. You're always teaching. And, you know, every team is different. You just have opportunities. But I just think that, you know, you've got, I mean, it's not just for this year, it's for next year. I mean, you look at our roster, we don't lose a lot of guys. I mean, we don't lose many people. And so we've got a chance, I think, to really, if we can just have the how right, the way it needs to be, then the rest of it's going to fall into place for this football team.
When you look at some of the fundamental mistakes that you saw on film, is it just the expectation for an opener that stuff happens, or is it we got to coach
I think
better?
part of it is you play in Georgia. You play in Georgia, pretty good, you know, and you things get magnified when you have, but that was elite talent on both sides both sides, elite talent, not good talent, elite talent, and when you have talent on talent, you know, especially in an opener, some things can get exposed. And I think, you know, that's why I was excited about that game because, you know, some things you can't teach, some things you have to experience. And our team will really grow from that experience. But, you know, how detailed, or, you know, how small the margin for error is certain things. I mean, it's very simple stuff, you know, like leveraging the ball and being on the outside shoulder so that the guy's got to stop his feet, and then we turn it back to Barrett Carter, who's going to make it a 1-yard gain, as opposed to never stop and we run for a massive play because we don't leverage the ball. You know, or how critical a missed tackle can be, you know, when you're in man coverage and you got a guy, but we miss a tackle, and what that can do. You know, so there's just some basic things, or how critical alignment is and how one play can impact a game. You know, you're that far from being aligned properly. And these are little things that, you know, you gotta do the boring routine stuff well to win and beat a number one team in the country. And so, you know, sometimes you gotta experience that. But I think, again, you know, when you watch the tape, and when our guys watch the tape, they're very frustrated because we missed an opportunity. We missed a free opportunity because that one was free of charge. It's just on your schedule. You know, to get another one, you got to go earn it because that was a playoff environment, and so that's a great opportunity to teach, and I think it'll really serve our team well because they got a chance to see it and feel it and smell it. And they'll grow from it, but it's 2 plays can change, and then they also got to experience what momentum in a game like that feels like. You know, momentum in a game like that is powerful. You know, when we won the national championship in 2018, y'all think we were 44-16 better than that Alabama team? Check the rosters. Momentum, critical plays, you know, and so it's really a great opportunity for us. We missed the opportunity. That's the disappointing thing. We had a great opportunity and it got away from us in the third quarter on some very basic stuff. Fake jet motion, switch vert. We buy the jet motion. We start the rotation and call, and next, he didn't keep going, and so now our eyes aren't on our work. Big play wheel route, not even a wheel route, And so these are very, very simple things, but that's how you get exposed. But that's what it comes down to. When you got really, really good, talented people on the field, it comes down to a few things. So, that's coaching. That's coaching. That's really understanding how important those little things are. And, and I think it's also, that's how you learn how to, really, truly grow your confidence when you play in a game like that and you feel, that type of talent and how you match up. There's just a lot that can come from that. So, and it will. And again, it's not always what you see. I know a lot of people just look at a score and they go this and that. That's fine. People can say what they want, write what they want. That's fine. It doesn't matter. What matters is how we go on. And man, we got a great season ahead. I'm excited about it, and looking forward to a big challenge this week. And this is a big challenge. It's a big challenge. But if we'll improve, if we'll continue to play the right way, and if we'll improve on some of the details, then we'll get better this week.
Is it hard for a defense to keep that attention to detail and that spirit when the offense, once again,
Shouldn't be. You got to be excited to go play defense, and vice versa. If your defense gives up a big play, your offense can't, all of a sudden, feel this burden. You just go play. You go play. And you can't worry about that. You just got to go do your job. That's part of it. You got to go do your. We were down 14-0 in the national championship. We're down 14-0. You just go play. We were down 10 points in the fourth quarter in the 2016 national championship. You just keep playing. And so again, this is great experience. This is an opportunity you're teaching, you're growing. You have a new team, new players, young players. I mean, this is what we do. This is a great opportunity for guys to really feel that and grow from all these situations that come up in games. And I didn't think we handled that part of it well. I really didn't. I felt like, both sides. Offense goes right. We hold them out, and all of a sudden they get the two quick plays to open the third quarter, which were not complicated at all, and they score. Now it's 13-0. We go right down the field and get points. Should have scored a touchdown. We didn't execute the quarterback counter the way we should have been a walk, and instead we got ourselves. But we put a good drive together. We get points instead of being 6-3 right there. It's 13-3. Okay, well, let's go play. Well, we go back out there, boom, here we go, get a missed tackle, and now it's 23, and it just all of a sudden it gets away from you a little bit, and that momentum and that environment. But again, that's a great experience for our team. It's a great experience and a great opportunity for us to grow because there'll be more. There'll be more coming down the road if we'll handle our business.
Colin Griffin made his first career start at safety this past week. I guess what did you see from him from preseason?
He did some good things, but he missed a couple of tackles. He missed it. We didn't miss many tackles. It's one of the better openers. That was a positive too. I think we had 9 missed tackles, which for an opener we've had that's not terrible, especially when you're playing Georgia. We've had more missed tackles against much lesser opponent than an opener before. So we actually did some good things, but he had a couple of critical missed tackles. One on a screen, that goes to the one. So, but those are things. This is your first game, and you figure out how small your margin for error is when you're playing the number 1 team in the country. And you're playing a quarterback that's a Heisman guy, who's very experienced. I mean, that's their number 1 for a reason. So those things get exposed pretty quickly, and it only takes a few plays, 2 or 3 plays. The next thing you know, you're behind the 8 ball, and again the momentum and stuff like that. But he did some good things. Kylan's a good player. He's still a young player, but he's going to be a good player for us. He has been. Did some good things last year, but definitely a couple of tackles and a couple of times, he didn't fit the gap on the one big play. He's supposed to trigger into the C gap, and he was deep and late, and so they ran around us. He's not where he needs to be, where everybody expects. So it's the importance of everybody doing their job, because when you don't, again, against an elite team like that, you'll get exposed. That's part of it. But he'll definitely improve from that.
I think Tyler Venables played, 10 snaps on Saturday too. I guess, why did he play 10 Saturday, and will his role expand?
Just the way the game went. I mean, they just coaches' decisions. I mean, the way the game went, we played who we started mostly. We didn't have that many snaps. There weren't many snaps, first of all, in the game, but he had the one play where was a little deep on his alignment, and next thing you know, he's getting picked by the ref. Had the right read. If he's 2 yards tighter, he doesn't get picked by the ref and makes the tackle. So those are the little details that you have to clean up as you move forward across the board.
You've preached all summer about moving forward regardless of the result of the Georgia game. Just what happened to Florida State last night, just dropping 0-2 in such a quick fashion, feels like sort of sense of urgency with that messaging?
No, I don't. I'm not worried about Florida State. I'm just worried about beating App State. That's all I'm worried about. I don't have any more sense of urgency than I would have had if we won the game last week. This is the biggest game of the year. Ain't nothing matters except this week. Nothing. Let's go get better this week. Had a great practice yesterday. Let's have a great Tuesday practice, and let's get ready to go see if we can win a game this week. No different than any other week, regardless of what somebody else did.
You mentioned receivers a couple times over the last couple of days. Could we see a slight shift to the rotation there moving forward?
Yeah, we got 6 guys, and again, we've got guys that we consider starters, and that's a week-to-week deal. That's just how we look at it. We went into the game based on where we were in practice and all that stuff, and now you got a game, and you evaluate off a game, and you go from there. And you got another week of practice, but we like our group. It's some guys that did well, some that didn't do as well. We're a little disappointed, but it'll be a week-to-week thing.
I guess what's holding TJ Moore back from getting into that 6 or that 7? I guess, is it just knowledge still of the offense?
We played one game. Nothing holding him back. He's right there. He's right there. Just got to keep coming.
Talk a lot about